Top 10 Godzilla Roars. Godzilla, the name says it all. The king of the monsters, the alpha, the ultimate kaiju to have ever existed. Godzilla first appeared in 1954, and ever since then, there have been so many different incarnations of Godzilla over the years. With every new incarnation, Godzilla has undergone changes and evolved to the king of the monsters it is today. But today we won't be focusing on all those evolutions and changes, but rather a particular one, which all revolves around the word roar. I know, we're very much fascinated by roars of different kaiju, but even more so by the roars of Godzilla, since he's definitely a notch above the rest, especially when it comes to roars. So welcome back to Factholic, and today we'll be counting down our list of the top 10 Godzilla roars ever. So let's begin right away. Number 10, 1954. So the first Godzilla incarnation in our list, taking the 10th spot, is none other than the original 1954 Shodai Gojira. It was this Godzilla that marked the beginning of the Godzilla universe, and from that point it only kept getting better and better. Talking about Godzilla's roar, it's a famous sound effect, and over the years it's changed considerably, sounding different almost every time and having many variations for the different emotions. More than 6 decades later, the original roar is still very special till this day. Number 9, 1969. The 10th installment in the Godzilla series, All Monsters Attack, produced the Godzilla having one of the best roars ever. It turns out that all Godzilla incarnations have very different versions of that 1954 roar, and the 1969 version was among one of the very finest. Number 8, 2016. Just before being frozen at the film's climax, Godzilla's fourth form emits a roar from the Return of Godzilla. While Godzilla's first and second forms never roar in Shin Godzilla, but the third and fourth forms do. The third form utilizes Godzilla's roars from the original 1954 film, while his fourth form primarily uses Godzilla's roars from King Kong vs. Godzilla through Terror of Mechagodzilla in the Showa series. And that roar was pretty special indeed, and earned Shin Godzilla a respectable 8th spot on our list. Number 7, 1989. Taking the 7th spot in our list of the best Godzilla roars is the Godzilla from the 1989 Toho film Godzilla vs. Biollante. In this incarnation, Godzilla's roar was made to sound closer to what it did in the original film, and was given a deep guttural sound at the end, which was very much the same for all the Heisei incarnations, with a few tweaks here and there. Number 6, 2000. So at number 6 we have the Millennium Godzilla of 2000. This roar marked the commemoration of a new century, so it definitely needed to be special, and it was indeed pretty special. A roar that could even make a lion tremble in fear, this Godzilla incarnation's roar is basically a heavily modified Showa Godzilla roar, and it definitely delivers. Number 5, 1995. Godzilla vs. Destroya produced one of the best ever Godzilla villains, as well as one of the best Godzilla films ever produced. But apart from that, this film also produced one of the best Godzilla roars too. a roar so massive and frightening that it could strike terror in the hearts of any living being. Number 4, 1998. He's not some monster trying to evade you. He's just an animal. If you find what he wants, then he'll come to you. The TriStar Godzilla was the first incarnation of Godzilla to appear in an American-made film, and its roar was one of the best ever as well. The TriStar Godzilla roars seem to be a mix between the roars of the Japanese Godzilla from the 1960s and 1970s and elephant sounds, demonstrated when he got hit by torpedoes and groaned like an elephant. American Godzilla takes the 4th spot. Number 3, 1984, The Return of Godzilla. So the incarnation of Godzilla having the 3rd best roar is none other than the Heisei Godzilla of the 1984 Toho film, The Return of Godzilla. Starting in The Return of Godzilla, Godzilla's roar was made to sound closer to what it did in the original film, and was given a deep guttural sound at the end. And this produced one of the finest ever Godzilla roars ever, with only 2 incarnations having better roars than the 1984 Heisei Godzilla. Number 2, Godzilla 2019. Taking the 2nd spot in our list is none other than the king of the monsters himself. Godzilla's prominent roar is one of the most memorable and recognizable sounds in movie history. In Godzilla King of Monsters, Godzilla's roar are merged with various classic roars from the Showa era, including the roar from the 1954 film at one instance. The King of the Monsters has definitely one of the best ever roars, but we decided to put it at number 2. Since there is a particular incarnation with an even better roar. Number 1, Godzilla 2014. So here it is, the best Godzilla roar ever, and this roar came from the first incarnation of the MonsterVerse Godzilla, and boy did he deliver. The MonsterVerse Godzilla of 2014 undoubtedly had one of the most unique roars, which was unlike any other Godzilla roars. When creating Godzilla's new roar, sound designers Eric Adal and Ethan Vanderman embarked on a process of experimentation similar to the development of Godzilla's roar from the original 1954 film. They tried animal sounds and reproduced the glove-on-strings method used to create the original Godzilla roar, but were not happy with the results. They spent 6 months over a 3-year period trying to create a roar that would fit the new Godzilla, using scientific microphones that record above the range of human hearing, and then taking the ultrasonic sounds and pitching and slowing them down. And the result was the best Godzilla roar ever. Long live the king. Well, that was all for today. Hope you enjoyed the video, and for more videos like these, keep watching Factholic.